conditions, not bad. You are a member team who has been directed to trust medevac for a wounded teammate. You know, wartime, non-severe environment. The biggest thing right there, there's possible enemy in the area. Just remember that when you guys go down there, because that's one of the lines, right? Then after that, I'm going to give you the standards. Is prepare to send medevac within 3 minutes, transmit lines 1 to 5 within 25 seconds initial contact with evacuation units. Then you're going to transmit lines 6 to 9 within 1 additional minute. All tasks will be performed in sequence using the proper priority codes and radio telephone pronunciation procedures with 100% accuracy. The way this is really going to work during tested, right? So you have 3 minutes. First phase is you have 3 minutes to write everything on your line 9 card. 9-line card, then you're going to swap from operations net to medevac net, and then you're going to say, this is me, I have a medevac request, over. Once you say that, the 3 minutes will stop. The first thing you have to do is determine your location of pickup site. In order for you to determine your location of pickup site, if you look at my board over here, we're going to provide you with a 4-bracket map, as 1/25,000, and a protractor, right? Your location, you can see it as a little dot that's yellow right there. It says your location right there. So you just have to plot that point. Just remembering that you use that 17 Sierra Papa uniform grid zone identifier. If you guys ever forget that is 17 Sierra Papa uniform, if you guys look at the bottom of the map, in the legend it will say it. After you guys do that and plot your point, you're going to move into determining your line 2, which is frequency and call sign. To determine your frequency and call sign, if you guys look at my board, we have a blown up example of the SOI. In the SOI, you'll find your call sign, the medevac unit call sign, the operations net, which is your net, and then the medevac net, which is the medevac net. The ones you are going to transmit or place in line 2 are going to be the operations net and then your call sign. So just make sure you put in operations net and call sign. If you guys put the medevac net or anything, that will be a no-go. After you guys determine line 2, you're going to move into determining the number of patients by precedence. The easiest way to determine the number of patients by precedence, if we're going to provide you with some TCCC cards, right? If you take them and you flip them all the way at the bottom, it'll say the injuries they sustained. Just read what they say. If they're urgent, Alpha. If they're urgent surgical, Bravo. For this lane, Alpha or Bravo are treated the same. So if you put Bravo or Alpha for somebody that's urgent, you're a go. And then if they're priority Charlie, if they're routine Delta, and if they're convenience Echo. If you have 2 patients that are different, right? If you have one that is urgent and one that is priority, in between urgent and priority, you have to ensure you do a break. The way that will be is you'll say line 3, 1 Alpha break, ensuring you let go of the hand mic, and then you re-engage, and then you say 1 Charlie, and then you continue saying all the other parts of the line. After you determine your number of patients by precedence, you're gonna move into determining the special equipment needed, right? If you guys look, it's gonna be based on conditions. If you guys look around, what do you guys think you guys need for this area? A hoist, right? So just ensure that in line 4, there's always a hoist. And then the other, if you need a ventilator, that's gonna be based on the casualties injuries. But you can get that from the TCCC card. After that, you're gonna move on to determine the number of patients by type, which is line 5. Like I said, if you take the TCCC card, you flip them all the way to the bottom, it will give you a description of the injury, right? Based on the injury they have, it is up to you to determine if they're either ambulatory that they can walk, or they're litter that they have to be on a litter to get them out. Pretty simple. After that, you're going to move into line 6, which is determine the security of pickup site. Like I said, this is brief during task condition standards. There's possible enemy in the area. Just make sure you guys are paying attention during task condition standards. After you have line 6, you're going to move into determining the method of marking you need for this location, and it's going to be based on real life conditions. We provide you with VS17 panel, which is Alpha. We do not have pyrotechnics, so you shouldn't be putting Bravo. And then we provide you with smoke, which is Charlie, and then Ira Bosa. Based on conditions, right now, if you were to look around, what do you guys think? Smoke, so Charlie. And then after you determine your method of marking, you're going to move into determining that patient's nationality and status. The way you do this is you look at your TCCC cards all the way in the top left portion, it will say service. Under service, you just look, if it says USA, it's US Army. USMC is US Marine Corps. US Civ is US Civilian. it will say EPW for EPW, or if it's Foreign National, it will say something resembling Foreign National. Just make sure you transfer that to line 8. After that, you're gonna move into line 9, which is since you're in a wartime non-civil environment, you're gonna use a terrain. If you guys look around, what is a good terrain right now that you can use?
Fire break.
Line 9. So good one, Powerline Road, which is 50 meters east from us if you're testing, or you can use this hill back here, which is Quezon Hill, which is you're gonna be 50 meters south of Quezon, or 100 meters south of Quezon Hill. If you guys ever forget, if you guys look at the map, it will say the name. If you guys ever forget that name, and then you'll just transmit that to line 9. After you guys wrote down your 9 line, like I said, you're just gonna move from menu. It'll be on channel 1, right? So all you have to do is to go to channel 2 is menu 2, and that'll bring you to channel 2, which is Medevac Net. You pick up the hand mic and you say, this is me. I have a Medevac request, over, and that'll stop. That'll be the end of the phase 1 of this test. Any questions regarding the phase 1? No.
I just want to confirm, are we using an ASIC for the radio portion?
Yeah, right. After that, you're gonna move into phase 2 of testing. Phase 2 of testing is transmitting lines 1 through 5, the Medevac request. In this portion, you don't have to say this is me or anything, because you already did that. You're just gonna move into line 1, 17 Sierra Papa Uniform 801 879er, all the way to line 5. Ensuring that at the end of line 5, you say over, and whenever you say over, time will stop. Any questions during for the phase 2 of this?
I got one for you. So, do we have to use the brevity codes to be like 3 Alpha, 2
Roger,
Bravo, etc.?
roger.
We
So-
can't just say 4 urgent.
Nope. Yeah, for all this testing, you have to use, as part of task condition standards, proper brevity codes.
Okay.
And then teleradio phone pronunciations and everything. So tree, powers, fives, the brakes, ensuring you let go of the hand mic, it's all tested. Any other questions? So after that, you're gonna move into the third phase, which is you have 1 minute to transmit line 6 through 9 of the Medevac request. The way this is gonna work is I'll show you all zeros on the clock. You acknowledge all zeros on the clock. And I'll say go. The first thing you should do is you're gonna go back to your radio, and you're gonna go from the Medevac net, which is channel 2, to channel 1, that is operations net. After you went to operations net, you're gonna bring the hand mic to your face. Once I see you bring the hand mic to your face, I will reach out to you, and I'll say, this is me. Send the last 4 of your Medevac request over, and then it's on you to just send that. Like I said, it's on you to make sure you swap frequencies, pick up the hand mic, and then I'll tell you to send last 4. You should just start from line 6 all the way to line 9er, and then ensuring that at the end of line 9 you say over. Any questions regarding that phase? Things that will get you a no-go here, right? If you're 200 meters off of the location of pickup site, that will be a no-go. If you provide the wrong information for line 2, which is giving me the Medevac net or Medevac call sign, that'll be a no-go. Failure to say break in between any of the subcategories will be a no-go. Improper use of phonetics will be a no-go. Just providing saying that you need extraction equipment when you don't will be a no-go, or giving false information will be a no-go. I mean, everything else is just the same thing. Any questions regarding anything I just covered right now? No? So